Hey guys, how's it going? Just thought I'd give you another quick tour of my apartment. Finally got the bathrooms finished, so I'm really happy about that. So again, here's my living room, some exercise equipment. Yes, there's an inversion table. It's a basic weight bench, back extension table or machine, however you want to call it, and a power tower. And I just use a lot of resistance bands and stuff. I'm going to start using this stuff a lot more starting tomorrow. And just some little weights and medicine ball and bands and stuff like that. Not a whole lot of heavy lifting or anything, just trying to get in a little better shape. Got a mirror here, and so the kitchen's all finished now. Brand new floor because I had the water heater leak, or the water heater leak a couple months ago, and that was in the back of underneath the counter, and it ruined the kitchen floor. But anyways, whole new counter and everything, and they stained it and looks really nice. So love it. Glad it's finally over, and now I get to enjoy, how much better it is. And then they put the new water heater in this utility room. Nothing in here really. Got my dirty clothes hamper. That's about it. If I get a bike, I'd probably put it in here. Just random stuff, whatever. No. Ironing board. So they redid the floor all the way out to here, all the way through the hallway. It ruined this much. It also ruined the bathroom floor, which they just finished with yesterday, thank God. So the floor in here is new. Everything's back to where it should be. They gave me a new bathroom sink as well, which I don't know why they needed a new one for that, but I'm not going to complain. It's nice. It's new. Then I'd show you here too in the bathroom. I got all these magazines that I got for free over the years when I was subscribing just to every ministry. I got Tomorrow's World and Good News, Kenneth Hagin Ministry, and just random stuff, Word of Faith. So lots of stuff to go over in here. There's some good stuff in here, surprisingly. Of course, there's a lot of bad, but I want to go over that stuff more in the future. Excited about this. Here's the study room again. I just recently got these two new lights from a donation. So the lighting's always bothered me. I had these lights previously, these light boxes, and I got this set up from what I found on Google for lighting for a whiteboard. It's not really the easiest thing to get really good lighting for. As you can see, just having the light on above me, you can see it on the whiteboard. I don't want that. So I have to use other lighting. And so I've had these, and so it showed, I have one up high in that corner, one down low in that corner, and then have two in front of you. And that's what I've got now. And I checked it out earlier, and the lighting is great. It's way brighter. And so I'm excited to make some of those videos. And I got a blackout curtain. I had the one in my bedroom. I moved in here, and I got another one in the bedroom. But so I can kind of control the lighting always, no matter if it's light out or if it's dark at night. I want the lighting to be the same. If I want to record in the morning or at night, it shouldn't matter. The way it's set up, and I've got the backdrop stand there, which I want to start using a lot more. I like how you can just have the backdrop out, and I can use that whenever I want to. I don't have to put it away and bring it back out and stuff. And I've got different backdrops, a green screen, a white one, my old gray one, and I've got this black one. There's my old computer that this is how I record most of the videos, on the stand-up desk one. But there's the study table and everything. But anyways, I'm excited about the new lighting and stuff, and I want to record, more whiteboard videos. Now here's something else that I figured I'd go ahead and share. I'm going to go ahead and shut this off. I'll show you my bedroom, which is basically where I spend most of my time. This is like my living room, my everything room. So, got my bed made now, but there's some other lighting that I have that a brother got for me that I'm going to use for other things. Maybe for just the videos, at the computer and stuff. Not really sure, but I'm going to use those. But I do have a little bit of a movie collection, and so I just thought I'd share some different things that I am into, and I don't really care what people think about this, but I like a wide variety. I've always been a huge movie fan, And I don't sit around and watch these all day. In fact, you know, I bought a lot of these recently from thrift stores and stuff, and you know, brother's got some for me, and you know, some of them I haven't even opened yet. So, but I like having them, and I like exchanging movies with people at work and stuff. It's a good way to, you know, just stuff to talk about. But anyways, one of my favorite movies of all time, my favorite movie is Sling Blade. If you haven't seen that, it's a great movie. Billy Bob Thornton. You know, there's maybe some controversial stuff in there, but I'd say it's kind of a family-friendly movie. It's a little bit adult, but wow, I love this movie. I've watched it over and over so many times. I definitely recommend that you watch this movie if you like movies. You know, and there are some Christian themes in there. And one of my second favorite ones is The Fly, and I love David Cronenberg as the director as a whole, but The Fly is a great movie. I think it's like a perfect blend of like horror and romance and comedy, or not comedy, horror, romance, and sci-fi. You know, I guess there's some funny stuff in it, but it's definitely not comedy. But it's great. And Sling Blade's a drama, but there's just a wide variety here. So many more that I want to get. I've had huge movie collections in the past. You know, I sold them, or I had burned DVDs. I'd give them away, whatever. But I'm kind of building up again, just for something on the side for me to do when I get paid. You know, trying to live really cheap. So, you know, if I do have some money to spend on something that I want to enjoy, you know, I can get a movie or two each payday, and it's kind of nice. But my favorite director is David Lynch, and I'm working on getting his movies. I got Eraserhead, I let someone borrow that, but my favorite TV show of all time is Twin Peaks, absolutely. And David Lynch played a big part in that. If you haven't seen Twin Peaks, it's on Netflix and stuff. I definitely suggest that you check that out. I've got all 3 seasons of that and the movie, Fire Walk With Me, the Criterion Collection. So I'm really into surreal, artsy type movies, but Sling Blade is my favorite, The Fly. I'm biased with David Lynch. Everything he's done I love, and I just knocks him over. Oh, I might as well mention this too. See, recently a friend at work is really into these animes, and so he lets me borrow them. I gotta watch one. I'm gonna bring him back to him tonight. I'll let him borrow some of my movies. But anyway, he showed me this, and now this is one of my favorites too, Spirited Away. This is a great movie. I'd say this is family friendly too. It's not a, you know, Christian movie, but wow, this movie is great. A lot of people will compare it to Alice in Wonderland. It's, you know, the story is weird. This is right up my alley. When I saw this, it's definitely unique, and this is my favorite out of all the ones that he showed me. But the company, the Studio Ghibli or whatever, all these animes are great, but Spirited Away, that's the one. Anyway, also besides movies, I'm also a huge video game fan, and so I've been blessed enough that our brother has really helped me. You know, he bought a bunch of games for me and stuff, and he said, you know, sometimes you need to have some things to do for fun besides just, you know, studying the Bible all the time, and you know, you need to have some entertainment on the side, you know, whatever you're into, and these are some things that I'm into. So I usually don't have all that stuff out on display. I just decided to do that today and dust all the shelves off because of all the construction and everything. But I do have an Xbox One. If anybody plays Xbox Live, I'm not really on there a lot, but my name is It Is Written KJV, so you can feel free to add me. But I like a lot of the classic games, so I got all these too. Got a Sega Saturn, Sega Dreamcast, PlayStation 2, Wii, and an original Xbox, and all these are modded to play backups and stuff, so got a pretty big collection. And I got the older TV so I can use the light guns on it. But, you know, that's stuff that I love, and I don't just sit around here playing video games all day or anything like that. And, you know, I don't want to think that anybody who's donated to me that I'm just blowing money on stuff like this. So I've, you know, when people donate to me, you know, I usually tell them, you know, when I'm spending it on, it's usually for something personally I need or something for the ministry that I think would be better. But I have been blessed to get a lot of that stuff. And this is a mask from Wrestling Mask. Dr. Wagner Jr., I think he has some of the best masks. So I'm also a huge wrestling fan. Been a wrestling fan for a long time, and I keep up and read the news websites. I don't watch it as much as I was, but when me and my cousin get together, you know, we play video games and we watch wrestling. And I've been to a lot of shows. I've seen, you know, I went to SummerSlam once. It's probably the biggest one I've been to. Seeing The Undertaker and all that, so. But yeah, these are some of my hobbies. I'm a guy, you know, I'm a Christian, I love the Lord, but there's nothing wrong with enjoying this stuff, okay? I don't sit around and play video games all day. I don't play them as much as I should, really, actually. A lot of times I just sit there. But, you know, it's for other people to enjoy too, you know, to try to get people over to my apartment so I can have fun with them, you know. And, you know, it has allowed me to have, my cousin came and visited me, you know, when my vehicle's not working and I'm just stuck here, I get kind of lonely, and it's like, hey, you want to come over and play some games, and yeah, so I really appreciate that I've been able to get a lot of this stuff. But I'm also working on the website, and so kind of got the chat working on there. I like how that looks. That's kind of how I've always wanted it, but there's still a lot of issues, things that I need to work out. But let me see here. Anyways, and so I've got the findkjvanswers.com. If you go there, it'll bring you here, and there's nothing really here right now, but this is something I plan on to work on in the coming weeks, where I'm going to have these Q&A, and there's going to be different categories, and then basically you'll be able to cycle through the answers, the questions and answers on those specific categories. You know, it'll change over time, but you know, in the coming weeks I want to spend just a day or two just going through and just filling it out with Q&A, with stuff that I've already done and some new stuff, and so there'll be a bunch of different categories. But I'm excited about this. I think it's really cool. And so findkjvanswers.com, that'll be the new one. I've been looking at some different stuff for studies. You know, I'm behind. There's so many things that I've worked on that I just need to finish. I've talked about the eternal sonship of Christ, that I've been meaning to do a video on that for a while. And, you know, just because the construction and the vehicle and all this different stuff, I've felt bogged down. And part of it's because of the lighting, too. When I'm recording, you know, on the whiteboard, I want to have the lighting be really good. And when I see that it's shadowy and stuff, I'm like, I don't want to do that, you know. So it's been kind of a pain, but I think with the new lighting, it's you know, as good as it's gonna get. I've been working on the transcendence of God, the transcendence and immanence, and basically transcendence is the fact that God is so much higher than His creation. You know, He is in a realm all by Himself. He's eternal. He's everlasting. Okay, He's infinite. He's immortal. Things like that, that's the transcendence of God. That, you know, He is higher in rank than us, you know, not even on the same level as His creation. And He's boundless, you know, He can't be bound by time or anything like that. So it's a really interesting study. And immanence, the immanence of God is how He is, He comes near to us, and even though that He's higher than us, you know, He's personal. And that can be seen in a grand way in the incarnation of Christ, that He actually, you know, became a man, took on flesh, and lived among us. And so those are interesting subjects, but, you know, I've done stuff on Calvinism and just things that I need to finish up. So hopefully, you know, when I get in the groove, I'm going to come out with a lot of stuff at once, but who knows when or, you know, what it's going to be. But I'm doing the work, and I'm feeling really good now that all this construction is done. Maybe I can get back into doing things and feeling better. It's just been rough at work too with the fair. We've just been brutalized, and yeah, still having vehicles with the issue, or still having issues with the vehicle, but you know, I'm kind of at the point to where I'm just like, whatever. I'm not gonna have any expectations of it being fixed. I'm gonna use it, you know, when I need to, and you know, I might just start walking to work just because, anyways. I'm gonna take it to the shop every now and then and try to have them look at different things, but anyway, blah blah blah. I'm just really happy that the bathroom and the kitchen, all that's done, and I wanted to share the new lighting, and I thought I'd go ahead and share, you know, that I have other interests, and a lot of people might look down on that, you know. When I first got saved, I stayed away from all that stuff, and I just focused on the Bible, and there's nothing wrong with that, and but there's nothing wrong with enjoying, you know, different kinds of entertainment either. And again, this isn't just how I don't just waste days just doing the stuff all the time. It's just basically sitting there usually, and then every now and then when I'm bored or you know I'm stuck on something, I'm like, okay, I just need to play a game for like 30 minutes or something, you know. And I rarely watch movies. I don't really even like watching movies by myself, but you know, it's basically to watch with other people and to share and stuff. But I'm sure there will be times where I'll sit down and I'll watch them. But a lot of them I've seen too. I've just watched in the past and I've liked them and just wanted to own them. But yeah, so that's that. And thanks guys. Hopefully I'll get some good studies out soon. But God bless.